Hello Virgo, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning into the day's energies, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through for you. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you'd like a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. It takes you right to my book online page. All right, Virgo, the overall energy of this reading is the Moon card in reverse. Something that was buried in your subconscious is coming to light. Something that was hidden. Feels like you're becoming more conscious. Feels like what was once hidden to you, inaccessible to you, now you're perceiving it. It feels like it might be coming up in your emotions. Feels like your lower chakras coming online, wanting to clear emotions, blocked feelings, blocked sensations, things that you have hidden from yourself. Boy, it feels like it's there are a lot of emotions coming to the surface. Feels like there's this interesting split in the energy here around. It feels like you are no longer tolerating poor behavior from others. People who want to dominate you, want to put you in your place, want you to stay in a place, someone wants authority over you. And it feels like this person is really impotent at the heart of this, is just unable to really, there's some type of impotence this person has, an ineffectual lack of ability, lack of creative spark, and instead of healing or accepting parts about themselves, it feels like they project onto you what they can't have about themselves. It feels like you're seeing this very clearly. You're seeing this person, you're seeing the situation, you're allowing yourself to feel uncomfortable truths. You're allowing yourself to see. I get this feeling that on some level you knew that this relationship, this person was toxic, but before this time you were unwilling to see it, unwilling to deal with it, it feels like it's gotten to a point where you can't ignore, you can't pretend that this isn't happening. There's all this energy of public success around you. It feels like you're seeing someone who has lorded over you. You're seeing things. You're seeing that they're really powerless, and that's why they're so determined to have control over the people in their environment, over you at least, and punish you because really at the heart they're impotent. They don't know how to create for themselves, so they destroy. That's what it is. If I can't create what I want, if I can't control, I'm going to, this person just is very much in their shadow. You seeing this, it looks like you're having a glow up. You're having public success. It feels like this person does not like you being viewed. Yeah, this person does not like you being viewed positively in the public. They want you to be dependent on them and feel that all blessings flow from them. It feels like there's also could be some financial abuse here, withholding, making you feel not care for yourself. Wow, there's a lot there. Let's keep moving, Virgo. Hidden blessings right now is the Empress in reverse. This is someone who's not abundant, someone who's not creative, not nurturing, not loving, unable to create what they desire, unable to bring what they want into this world. And that's a hidden blessing. Again, the Moon card, this time upright. It feels like there's been a blessing in your subconscious, unconscious energy that has blocked you from being able to create what you prefer, what you want, because it feels like you've been around whoever's been not domineering and dominating and lording over you, someone who can't create what they want. Feels like they want you to create for them. And it looks like, it feels like maybe you even consciously or somewhat unconsciously cut off your ability to create. I don't want to create for you. Feels like you turned your back on this energy and started focusing on what you can create, your own abundance, what you would prefer to create. Feels like you're very future focused. Feels like your abundance, your ability to create was very blocked by the being around this past person purposefully, because you were trying to create for someone else in lieu of creating for yourself. Feels like someone was trying to control, like create for me. Do all the work for me, take all the karma for me. And the hidden blessing is you just turning your back on this energy and focusing on your future, focusing on creating resources for yourself, creating abundance for yourself. It feels like without this person in your energy, you're able to really bring in and finally create in this 3D environment. What you're leaving behind is the Page of Pentacles. Leaving behind, it feels like the first thing that came through was like a poverty mindset, that maybe even leaving behind a view that you need to be taken care of. That if there's something here around leaving behind a childish mindset, that I get the feeling that you might have not been parented in a way that created a healthy individual. You were parented in a way that kept you in a state of arrested development, feeling like you are dependent or codependent on others. So it feels like you're leaving behind needing someone to parent you, someone to make the decisions for you. You're also leaving behind that stuck energy, an inability to manifest what you want into this existence. Also, it looks like loyalty. It feels like this person was not loyal to you. There wasn't an allegiance to you. It feels like they used you. They use people in their environment to get their needs met. They had no intention of you ever receiving what you said. It feels like at the beginning of this connection, this person told you, yes, I am looking for the same thing, and told you everything you wanted to hear. But then at some point when they had you, when you were stuck, then, and somehow they switched. It feels like a bait and switch. No, you can't create for you. I get to decide. I get to decide what happens. This person's got a real power trip. They need to be the one. I'm the decider. Anyone who needs to be like, I'm the boss, I'm the decider, then they're not that. This is someone very unhealed and emotionally confused, emotionally just an arrested development. And it looks like you're leaving behind this planning, but never taking action. This person, it feels like they could say a lot, but then they never delivered. They just were in this practice of telling you what you want to hear. How to get the most of this energy is the Sun in reverse. A lack of happiness, a lack of clarity. How to get the most of this. Okay, so the person that has been in this reading, it looks like they're very unhappy right now, maybe depressed. They're so emotionally immature and shallow. They're very attracted to you now that they're vulnerable. Now that they're in a really tight spot and you are in a higher place. Interesting. So this person, if the tables were turned, and I feel like in the past the tables were turned a lot. You were the depressed one. You were the one vulnerable. You were the one needing help, feeling vulnerable, and they took they took advantage of your vulnerability and they punched down. This is someone who just I think they had this belief that you were going to always stay vulnerable, always stay in that weakened space, and so they could just punch you down and annihilate you. They felt very entitled to your energy, your happiness, like you don't deserve to be happy unless they say it's okay for you to be happy. This is very controlling, very manipulative energy. And the message coming through, how to get the most of this energy, is they're in a bad place now. The tables have turned. You are abundant and looking very attractive and choosing happiness. You're building your finances. You're taking action towards your future, towards building what you want. People want to work with you. I think that the message here is, working with this energy, this person, does not work. I don't want to work with this person anymore, but also there's, I hope I get this correct, Tupac had a quote, just because I don't want you to sit at my table doesn't mean I don't want you to eat. You're just not eating at my table. Something like that. And that is a very loving and expanded way of perceiving someone who has done a lot of negative, consciously trying to create blocks and using you and abusing you and abusing the connection. And it feels like now the tables are turned. This person feels like they are in a really bad place. Maybe they're receiving their karma. And the advice here is not to punch down. Don't become like those who you've not enjoyed. It feels like you have an opportunity here just to disengage. I'm not working with that energy anymore. I'm not talking to it. I'm not thinking about it. I've learned all that I need to learn from this type of relationship. They're in a really bad place right now, but I'm just going to focus on what I'm building. I'm not going to punch down. It feels like you could, for some of you, like annihilate this person somehow, but it feels like you're not willing to risk re-engaging in that energy, to lower your vibration, to punch down. I think you're shifting the game. You're detaching from whatever game they've been playing and you're ascending from it. Wow. Beautiful. All right. What's supporting you, Virgo, is the Two of Wands in reverse. Feels like you're finished strategizing. You've been planning, making plans. And feels like you haven't taken action on those plans until now. Now you're ready to move forward, to create the version of you that you would prefer to be and to create a world that you would prefer to be in. What is Virgo? It looks like there's this kind of a poverty mindset. I think there was some expectations about whoever this bully, this energy that is not yours that we've been talking about. It looks like going forward, not expecting, it feels like there's some type of, this is who you are to me, instead of just allowing them to be who they are and what they are. I think you expected this person to be your happily ever after, and instead they were a lesson around the parent from your family of origin that you had the most difficulty with. So why it was so powerful and so attractive was you had the same woundedness. You were in lesson, learning a multitude of lessons. And so going forward, not needing someone to be this or that, you're my happily ever after. It puts a lot of expectation on that person, instead of I'm going to just continue every day for this person to show me who they are in the present. So I'm not attached to an idea that this is my person, so I'm going to stay in this and just make it work. Feels like what's supporting you is recognizing people for who they are, seeing them clearly, and recognizing when and if they change their energy. So if there is a bait and switch, this is also reminding me, not even a romantic relationship, but friendships. It's reminding me of a friendship that I had in the past where amazing friend, so helpful, so like, oh my gosh, until they weren't. Until something switched in their energy and they pulled their energy away, and then they started kind of collecting with others and throwing projections onto me, and I was like, oh, this is such a bummer. I thought this person showed me who they were, and instead of attaching an idea that, well, you know, they've done all these wonderful things in the past, yeah, but they've changed. They shifted their energy. It feels like some people take advantage of things that they've done in the past, and they ride on that, and they ride on people's allowances when they completely switch the script. If someone changes their energy, they're a different person. They're operating under different intentions. They're no longer operating in the same way. It feels like recognizing this. Wow, interesting messages. What to be mindful of. Interesting. The Ace of Swords. Feels like you're getting new ideas, new perceptions. I just want the truth. I'm willing. It feels like in the past you wanted to hear what you wanted to hear. And now I want to hear the truth. I'm willing to see the truth. I'm inviting the truth in. You might also be getting some downloads, new perspectives, new ways of seeing things, new ways of seeing yourself, new ways of communicating your truth around this split, around relationships that don't work. Relationships where it feels like there's love. Ooh, this could have been a marriage. It feels like there's been this romanticized version of what a relationship is. Traditional structures of how to relationship. It looks like traditional in the way that allows for and even supports this type of treatment, whether it's your family. It feels like what happened to you was devastating enough, and then on top of it to have your family, your religion, your society, whatever is the structures around you saying that this is acceptable is like a whole other level of abuse, of victimization, of abuse, of woundedness, of trauma, of coming out of this and saying, I don't want this type of relationship. I don't like being treated this way. Not only to have the person closest to you say, this is what you deserve, and this is this is what love is. This is what relationship is. And then to have, and it feels like you're having to create a whole different way of viewing things, because it feels like you're making big choices. I choose myself. And there's a lot of hidden burdens with the Ten of Wands. It's not my job to chronically uplift others, to work. It's not your job. It feels like there are people in your environment who feel that what you've gone through is what is okay, and it feels like you're making very big choices. Do I choose me? Do I choose the truth? Or do I stay in this environment where I can't grow, where I have to lie, where I resent everyone around me? I don't think you like yourself in this environment. It feels like you have to misshape and squeeze and become a version of yourself where you don't even recognize yourself to stay in this environment. So, all right, Virgo, I'm going to go ahead and take this over to Patreon and do an extended reading. We're basically halfway through the reading. So if this has been resonating and you want to continue on, you can go over to Patreon with me. The link's in the box below. And I'll look at health, relationships, creativity, new opportunities, and career and finance. So, all right, Virgo, hope that was helpful. See ya.